Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the mop here on a Tuesday morning. Dead calm, skies are dark, does not look good. Humidity is high here in southwest Wisconsin. They're saying up to 2.25, 2.5, something like that in the Viroqua area. Down here, about 1.25 inches, somewhere in there, is what they're saying. Isolated, possibly, could be severe, possibly, or could do nothing. Possibly. So, but it does look like it's going to do something. And it's got that dead still, no wind, heavy air. Oh, it's election day. That's why. Yes, big day today. Get out and vote. Primary elections. If you don't get out and vote, you probably can't bitch to me. Yeah, people still bitch. They don't care because they're not going to tell you if they voted or not. So, but it makes your conscience better. I'm going to go vote. I'll vote after work. I vote in Gotham. Yes, and I'll be showing my ID, and I'm sure everything will be safe and secure, even though we've been told for years that it's a rigged system, whatever it may be. But it's a primary, so get out and take care of that. Vote. I know a lot of people have started to feel that it's not worth it, because what does it matter? It matters a lot. It takes a lot of things off your plate if you vote. Doesn't mean things are going to go your way. That's for damn sure. I know there's a lot of things also being debated on vaccines. Looks like they're going to cut back a lot of vaccines. For all of you non-vacciners, curious why. I mean, I understand the COVID thing. I don't understand the measles ones. I understand your fight with COVID. I'm vaccinated. Did that. I did the shingles vaccine because I saw my mom with shingles. Hell with that. Big hell to the no. Thank you very much. And yes, I may still maybe get them, but I'll take any chance of never having to have that on my body. I have heard of people getting shingles up in their eyelids to their, oh God, I can't imagine. So, however you feel about vaccines, backing away all of the childhood vaccines makes no sense to me. We have measles coming back. I'm going to guess we're probably going to see some other ones coming back as we go along that we probably never had seen for a long time. Due to the fact that we're just getting more and more of screw science, screw this, screw that. But if you mention to bring up anything else, such as health insurance, I got my bill in the mail the other day for getting my sheetrock dust or my false ceiling dust in my eye. And it was $500 just to walk in the door of the hospital. And then it was this, and this. And it came to a grand total of $1,800. The only great saving thing, if you want to look at it, is they send you a bill and said, hey, we can put you up for this no interest payment for 3 years. Obviously, if they've looked in their chart, they should just keep an open account for me. I've given Sauk Prairie a lot of money over, and so is my insurance. But then I'm on my wife's insurance. And by the way, for those of you that think this county insurance, if you're a county employee, you should have, guess again. Yeah, and they're looking at making more cuts to it. So it's going to be well worth, and you're going to see when you start seeing people leave the county because of health insurance and because of everything else, and also, quite honestly, the respect of most is ridiculous. You're going to start losing county deputy, and maybe that's what people want. They just want to go back to when the old days were like, tombstone days. When you walk into a doctor's office, they hand you a piece of rope or rawhide and tell you to bite on that. Or the dentist just yanks your tooth instead of, doing those things. Maybe that's what we want to get to. Maybe that's what this country, because then all these wealthy folks can just get wealthy. I see that there's quite a few that are influencing, whether it's Quick Trip, Diane Hendricks. They're dumping millions into the races right now, and it always has been. Don't get me wrong. But Tom Tiffany, they definitely want in there because he's not going to tax any billionaires, whatever. and we already know where the middle class folks are that are making 75,000 or less. We already know where they sit. And then if you make less than that, oh, by the way, you're a loser if you have to go on food stamps, or, that was only meant to be temporary. It's not meant for people that don't want to work. Food stamps were for people that are, supposed to be emergency cases in each scenario, and not for you lazy asses that don't want to work that are on it. That just came out of Washington, D.C. as well, that quote. And then, as you saw, Mr. Trump made a great speech the other day, that the video come out about him calling, not really sorry about Mr. Biden with the cancer. President Biden, prayers with you. I can't imagine going through those things. The cancer in the bones and everywhere else, and how much pain he's in. I wish that on nobody. I don't even wish President Trump to be dead. I just wish they'd open their eyes and see what they're doing to this country. We are so divided. It's sickening. But that's where we're at with that. Had a good talk this morning at the old breakfast spot, and, Diet Mountain Dew spot. I had my 1 can this morning there, and I'll have a can of Mountain Dew Zero later. So get out and vote today. It's a big day. Heard an interesting thing last night while I was listening to my mindset stuff and trying to change some minds in my mental status. Which, if some of you know me, my mental status may be iffy, maybe shaky at best. But common sense I was raised with. What I was reading or listening to last night was, and it somewhat makes sense to me, is my inner voice, the one that sits back here and talks to me, is developed on how your mother did self-talk, how she felt about herself, what she did while you were growing up. And it makes sense when I look at siblings and I look at everything else. Not a lot about dad behavior. It was based around, because your mom was always your instructor, your teacher, kind of was there while his dad was working it. Her self-talk, her positivity, all plays into a role of how you'd hear yourself in the mind, in the back of your head, your inner discussions. I would have to agree that made a lot of sense to me. I am trying to be more open-minded, more compassion towards making people, and trying to be better at that, and trying to improve people's lives. So dive into that a little bit. It was an interesting discussion of just how your mom, in her self-talk and her behaviors, created your inner voice, your inner area of how you feel and what you do and how you react. So, with that said, get out and vote. Take time to really start learning the quirks and inages about you and outages of you. I've got some good friends that have gone through some catastrophic things, and I'm reading some of their posts these days, and what they're going through and what they're posting seems like it was a hell. I'll take all my health stuff over some of the mind games that things were played and things were done to them. I would definitely take those things because I was in control of them. And you can say, well, they were probably... No, I don't think so. But some of the mind games and health games that people have going on is pretty drastic. Hence why also I made that decision about the alcohol thing. I think sometimes our brain plays a hell of a lot of games on us and sets us up in more bad ways than good. So, take time today to focus on yourself, focus on the family, see where you're at, and where you're going to head. So I hope you all have a great day. If you are in those storm paths, be careful. It looks eerie around here right now. But have a great day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow morning. And as always, thanks for tuning into the Mop, and take time to bless somebody today as well.